ladies, this is for you. This video, it's for you. We've all been there before at one point in time in our lives where we were the fixer, we were the helper, we were the doormat, we were the Barbara the builder. We've been there. But all these things screams desperation. It can scream desperation. If we want more from our partners, more from our relationship, more from our marriages, we need to do better. When choosing a partner, choose based on something other than just how fine they look and all these other superficial qualities that you're looking out for. Look out for someone who's kind, look out for someone who respects you, who's willing to learn new things and unlearn old things, someone who is gentle, to name a few. And then be those qualities. So you, the woman, embody those qualities so that when that high quality guy or that high value man is looking for someone, they will see those qualities in you. So with all that being said, I'm going to dive into 4 ways that you're coming across as extremely desperate. Okay? So in no particular order, I'm about to dive in, but this first one, listen, ladies. If you are doing sexual favors, okay, let's preach over here. If you are doing sexual favors for a guy who isn't committed to you or hasn't actually earned that seat at the table, that screams desperation. Guys know when they have earned or they are entitled to that part of you. So you just dishing it out as and when is a sure sign that you are desperate. Desperate for any type of attention, desperate for any type of care, desperate for anything from anyone. That is what the guy is going to assume. Men never believe it when you say,
"Oh, I never really do this on a first date. Oh, stop it. I never really do that for anyone, really."
They know you're lying. They know you're lying. And even if you're not lying, it's just an assumption that most men have of you in that moment. So if your body language and everything is screaming desperation, he's just going to assume that of you. Sex can never be a deposit for a long-lasting relationship, okay? It can never be the foundation of a long-lasting relationship. Who knows? Maybe he would have been able to fall in love with all the other parts of you if you would have just allowed him to get to know the other parts of you, other than just dishing out the sex right from the get-go, okay? If your mindset is, I'm gonna give him a little bit of me, as in that part, that vulnerable part of you, in order to secure a place in his life. Listen to me, women, listen to me, young ladies. A lot of you are bending it like Beckham in the bedroom, or in a car, or on the streets, and in the park. In hopes of hooking a guy. But the truth is, if a guy has made up his mind from the get-go that he don't like you, there is no amount of skills in the bedroom that's gonna keep him staying for you. You can't hook him. But I hear you saying,
"But how come he's always coming back for more?"
He's coming back for more because he still has the control. He is stringing you along so that he can always have you on demand. It's like, you know that refill machine that they have in in McDonald's and in Burger King? You can always continue refilling and refilling and refilling. That's you. You're on tap. So he can just tap into you at any point in time because you're forever available and desperate, and they know that. So women, ladies, young ladies, girls, if you are doing this, respect yourself, okay? Don't scream desperation if you want a high value man and you want a high quality relationship, etc. That was the first point. I know it was very heavy, but stay tuned. The next point I would say is bombarding this new person you've just met with so much affection and so much love. You need to understand there's flattery and there's compliments. Again, men know when they have earned your love. Men know this, women, they know it. So before you decide to take him on that shopping spree that he ain't earned, make sure that this person is pouring into you. He has verbally committed to you, and his actions also show that he is going to pour back into you, or else it's going to be an investment that will not be returned. It's going to be more of a liability than an asset to you, and your desperation with time will turn into frustration, anger, resentment, and so on and so forth. The next point I would say is calling and texting numerous times, okay? No matter how much you talk to this guy, you constantly want their attention every second of the day. It's as if they are your life. You don't have a life outside of that. That screams desperation. And for a high quality guy, if they sense that you pretty much see them as your whole world, you don't have anything going on outside of them, that will freak them out. And then obviously that puts you into more desperation if you're not catching on to their vibes. Men want to be an addition to your life. They don't want to be your whole life. So women, you need to do better. Find a hobby, find yourself actually, before you go chasing other people's children. In addition to this point, a high quality man will literally run away from this, but a low quality man will come across as though they are embracing this and they actually enjoy that you're constantly checking in on them, but in a way they will see that as an opportunity to further use you in the future. I have a video coming up very soon on ways that men test you to see how much they can get away with in the future with you if there is a relationship. So stay tuned for that, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. And the fourth point, but not the least, is also doing excessive favors for this new person that you have met, especially if it has anything to do with money, finances. Constantly lending him money or giving him money, filling his car with petrol or gas. I think that's what the Americans call it. Listen, women, there's nothing wrong with showing that you care and showing that you're being thoughtful. That's not what I'm talking about. You can do that within reason, especially if the person that you're with is also pouring back into you. My emphasis is on doing these things for someone you just met or haven't known long enough, or isn't reciprocating that love back into you. And when you're doing these things or doing these favors or any of the four things I've spoken about, doing them and then getting frustrated, getting bitter, getting angry that it's not being reciprocated. You need to understand that whatever foundation you lay for that relationship is what's going to translate into the long-term relationship and the marriage and so on and so forth. So every single decision that you make has an impact on that. It will set the tone for the whole relationship. So be very, very careful. There's nothing wrong with caring, okay? I don't want you to get me wrong, but it can set you up it can set you up in being a victim for manipulators and abusers, because they have standards for their victims too. They are looking for their next victim. So if you scream these attributes, they will say,
I like that kind of quality in this person, I can use it in the future.
If you know you're an overly generous person, hold that part of you back for just a bit until this person has earned their right at the table. Because there is a fine line between caring for someone and coming across as though you're trying to buy their love or pay your spot into their life. So that brings us to the end of the video. it was quite there and in your face. I'm not here to bash anyone. I'm just trying to create awareness, because again, you might not know that you're doing these things, but this is the signal that it's setting or it's sending to this person that maybe you've got your eye on, or you are dating or dealing with, or not even dating, you're in a situationship or whatever it is. This is what it's screaming. So I thought I'd bring this piece of advice to you. Maybe you can do something different in your life going forward. So if this has helped you, don't forget to like this video and please share it. Let's save people out here. It's my mission to use my platform wisely, and it would really help me if you could really share my video. Thank you so much, and until next time, take care and God bless. Bye bye.